はい、皆様、こんばんは。ジャパニーズリストリームです。今回はプレベンターソン5を公式でミラー配信しております。続いてのゲームですけども、おいロボかな読み方。おいロボという、メトロイドバニアですね、こちら。となっております。カテゴリー 2% ですね。解説、このインディーゲーム解説できるよって方、募集しております。よろしくお願いします。
Alrighty, hello everyone, and welcome back to Prevent-A-Thon 5, raising money all weekend for Little Warriors. Alas, with the end of that incredible Mario and Sonic at the 2012 London Olympic Games run, that is it for me on the host desk here, and that is also it for me here at Prevent-A-Thon. But do not worry, I will leave you in the more than capable hands of the lovely Lucky Kerplucky. So, please give her my best regards. But before then, I'm going to toss it over real quick to a video just talking a little bit about one of the programs that Little Warriors has on offer, the Be Brave Bridge.
Hi there, I'm Dr. Wanda Polzin, Clinical Director at Little Warriors Be Brave Ranch. I'm absolutely thrilled to be able to share with you some amazing news. We have recently been able to complete our online Be Brave Bridge program. The Be Brave Bridge is essentially an online program that provides supports to children, adolescents, and parents or caregivers of children who have a trauma history. It bridges the much needed mental health supports and the gaps that exist for many children and families across Canada. This program essentially takes the evidence-based information and the treatment protocols and the work that we have done at the Little Warriors Be Brave Ranch and has taken that information and adapted it to an online program that is a secure and confidential site that allows an ongoing coach to be able to work with children and families to support them to build in resiliency and to continue to heal on their journeys. This program utilizes multi-modal ways of interacting by using videos and readings and different journaling activities and reflections. And a coach works with the child or the adolescent or family that are involved on an ongoing basis to be able to support them as they learn and grow and heal. What we believe this program will allow is access to much needed services across Canada to children, adolescents, and families who may not otherwise have them, but also those who may be waiting on wait lists. We know that our program at Little Warriors presently reduces clinical post-traumatic stress disorder as well as depression and anxiety scores, but also increases self-esteem measures and has very positive outcomes. We've taken all of those things that we've learned and adapted them into this online program to be able to support children and families, and furthermore to be able to support parents to become more effective and therapeutic in the work that they are doing with their child or their teen. This program has been cleared with the scientific and clinical committee that works with our team to ensure that the information and the interventions that we provide is evidence-based and effective. We really hope that you'll continue to support us in this Be Brave Bridge program, and we hope that you will continue to support the innovative, exciting, amazing work that we do in trauma work with children and families. For more information, we just ask that you go to littlewarriors.ca/BeBraveBridge for donations or for more information. And again, we just want to thank you for helping us build the bridge to critical mental health supports for children and families across Canada.
ということで、リトルウォリアーズからのアナウンスでしたね。リトルウォリアーズは児童性的虐待の啓発、予防、そして治療に重点を置いた全国規模の全団体ですね。カナダ全体の、全団体です。多分、今言ったのはプリベント・イットというプログラムですね。そもそもそういう事態に起きないように周りの大人が正しく知識を得て、子どもたちを守っていきましょうというワークショップが行われているんですけども、オフラインだけではなくてオンラインも開催されてますので、ぜひ参加してくださいという話だと思います。詳しい情報はリトルウォリアーズのホームページを見てくださいということですね。こちら無料で参加できます。カナダはそういう団体がしっかりと活動されているということですね。そして、今回のプリベンターソンで募られた集まった寄付はこちらのそのリトルウォリアーズの方に寄付されることになっております。で、続いてのゲームのオイロボだと思うんですけどね。名前、読み方。オイルとロボでオイロボ。どんなゲームかは分かんないです。まだメトロイドバニアっていうことだけしか。
Welcome back everyone to Prevent-A-Thon 5. I'm your host, Lucky Kerplucky. I did just have...
このゲームは今年の2月に出たばっかりの新作ゲームですね。
remember to unmute both myself and the server PC, but that would have been a lie. I did not. Anyways, we're gonna start easing into our cozy sci-fi block. Got some great runs coming up for you. But first, I want to tell you a little bit about Little Warriors. You just saw that fantastic video from Little Warriors, and I want to tell you more about child sexual abuse. Child sexual abuse is a serious issue that affects the lives of far too many children across Canada. It's estimated that a staggering 1 in 3 girls and 1 in 6 boys will experience some form of sexual abuse. Even more disturbing is the fact that these numbers don't reflect the 95% of people whose sexual abuse is thought to go unreported. In Canada, child sexual abuse is found within most cultures and communities. It affects children of all ages, regardless of ethnicity, socioeconomic status, education, or gender. Sadly, no child is completely immune to the risk of sexual abuse. While it can be uncomfortable, speaking openly with children about sexual development and sexual abuse is key to preventing abuse. Not only does it help to foster a supportive and healthy adult-child relationship, but it also creates a safe space where children can bring up problems or concerns and talk about sexual abuse should it occur. The most important thing you can do is to get educated. To learn more about child sexual abuse and how to prevent it, take the free Little Warriors Prevent It workshop. You can learn more at https://littlewarriors.ca/prevent-it, or type !prevent in chat. We are almost ready for our next run. And if you want to watch this run in a different language, you totally can on the Japanese restream. We've got some additional languages, Japanese, and we're joined by Japanese Restream, which is a channel dedicated to restreaming RTA events such as GDQ and RPGLB in Japanese. You can view their coverage of this event by going to twitch.tv/Japanese_restream or by typing !restream in chat.
はい、我々がジャパニーズリストリームです。GDQ の、GDQ だったりね、RPG リミットブレイクだったりの、未来配信を行っていたりします。という紹介をさせて、されていましたね。ありがとうございます。我々がジャパニーズリストリームです。知らんゲームは知らんまま、なんとなくでみんなでこうワイワイ言いながら話してます。よろしくお願いします。知ってる方がいらっしゃいましたら、ぜひ解説の方をお願いしたいなと思ってるのでね、いつでも飛び込んでいただけると助かります。
We are ready to just cruise right on in, maybe a gentle bounce, if you will, into Oirbo with Sekeri, who's going to be showing us an any % run of this super chill run. I can't tell you enough what a great run this is. Sekeri, how about you introduce yourself and your commentator?
Hi, hey, I'm Sekeri. I run Oirbo and some indie small games. I spend most of my time looking for new games. So if this one escaped your radar, that's pretty normal. It's a very niche game. So yeah, but there's a lot of things to say and to happen. Oh, I think there's. Nah, it sounds good. And I'm joined by Illegally Sam. We agreed to comment on this run. Hi.
Hello, I'm Illegally Sam. I've run games where they're 2D Metroidvanias, and I've run games where they're 2D platformers where you play as a robot. I haven't done both at the same time yet, so that's what you're going to see here today.
I hope so. I hope it goes well. All right. The run will start whenever I start on a fresh file. So if everyone's ready back, I will just give us a smooth countdown and jump right into the game. Are we all good?
I think we are.
All right, perfect. So let's go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So Oirbo is a platformer, like
始まりまし
many
た。
of the same
ト
type.
ラックです。タイガーは動いてない。
Oh, do we have the laggy first scene? Oh, that's going to be a very nice restart for me.
だとするみたいですよ。
I knew it would happen at some point.
そうか
Alright, so just so people know, I will have to reset the game because now the game is actually stuck in loading phase. So sorry for that.
Metroidvanias, am I right?
Yeah, it's basically I'm not going to say it's a bad start because it happens a lot. if you can leave the timer if you want, it's not going to take too long, or you can reset
ゲー
it
ム
if
再
you,
起動してみ
if you
たいで
wish
すね。
for. But yep, just double
はい、
checking
来
that
ましたね。
everything is
もう一
fine.
度。
And I'm gonna just go back here. I'm gonna delete that one too. Might as well delete this one just in case. Okay, and we will go back into it. So let's go.
The joys of PC gaming.
Yeah, this game has a lot
改め
of
て始まりました。
bugs, but we
ブラ
are
ックで
back in
す。
there. So this is Warbo, and you will start to see me do a crazy amount of stuff because the game begins with all the power-ups unlocked. So we can switch gravity, we can dash, we can double jump, we can wall jump, and we can die like an idiot because it's the
これは
beginning and I'm a bit stressed, but that's okay.
メトロイドバニアとは書いてあったけども、パズルプラットフォーマーかも。
I just need to remember how to play the game. So basically the base mechanics is that you move around. Whenever you hit the ground, you reset your dash, you reset your anti-grab option. So you will see me do a lot of ground-to-ground movement to be able to dash as much as I can. I can push button to open doors, I can push button to shut down lasers, and that's it. That's all we're going to be doing for the next 45-50 minutes. So
スイ
get
ッ
ready.
チはまあ次
Because,
元
this
式だ
goes
と。
pretty fast at the beginning, but it's because the dev decided
で、まあ16が反転するギミックがある。ラッシュができる。今のとこそんな感じですね。
Game starts out full Metroid where
あ、
you have your
V6 っぽいですね、確かに
the。first couple of minutes.
So, but the story is pretty simple. Basically, we wake up on the ship and
16反転する感じは V6 っぽいですね。
from the top of the spaceship, and there's some intruder there, and they ambush us, and they will strip us from all our power-ups, and then the game will start. So, that's Warbo in one simple sentence. So yeah, all the power-ups are split up in the different sections. So there's actually
これは能力を取られた
6
感じがす
power-ups
る。
in the game, but we only need the 4 movement power-ups to go to the final boss. So that's why we are not going to pick up
フ
the
ァイナルボスなんだ。
power-ups, and most of the times we are going to be just moving around. So we just been sent back to some other body because we have one important thing to come up, which is omnisave. So basically the game saves your progressions all the time.
今までの機能がなくなったんで、まあ、機能を取り戻そうみたいな話かな。
If you for any reason die and go back to a checkpoint, the button stays open, and that's very important for some of the routing in the game because we can abuse it and relocate whenever we need it to be closer to where we want to go if the checkpoint that we took is closer. So yeah, and here I'm going to be doing a lot of what we call pre-jumping. So if you push the jump button right before you hit the ground, the game registers it and basically it makes you jump on the first frame. So that's why you see me just making those very quick jumps off the floor. And one of the cool aspects of Warbo is that we don't have any attack button. We can only pogo of the head of the enemy. It's a bit far, no, that's fine. So we have to be a bit precise, and the game is actually telling you you don't have to defeat enemies. Enemies are just obstacles, so just avoid them. Alright. Let's just get a little bit of focus here. I'm dying a little bit, but it's just the beginning is a bit... We only have the jump at the beginning, so for vertical sections it's pretty important to know where we're going. But this is cargo. This is the first area of the game. It's a very tutorial-based area, but it's a very good one because it's at the center of the ship. So whenever you come back, because this is a Metroidvania, whenever you come back here, you have to
メトロイドバニアだけども、
some shortcuts because you have new options.
パズル主体な感じがする。
So yeah.
なんか攻撃してどのこうのをするタイプではないですね。
I've never seen one of those before.
Weird. But yeah, the beginning is pretty straightforward. We just try to keep running as much as we can, jump whenever we need, bump on an enemy because they basically send us upwards. There's a variety of jump. So you can do short hops or high hops, and it's also the case for jumping on enemies. So sometimes you have to maintain your jump button whenever you... Oh, I'm a bit late. Yeah, that's fine. Grabbing the map key for cargo here. So map key are pretty important in the game. Normally they unlock the map of the area you are in, but they also give you the ability to teleport back to the map terminal that's at the middle of the section most of the time. So I grabbed this map key because it's not far off the road and it's going to allow me to teleport back at the middle of the game basically whenever I need. I will also be grabbing here a little extra
隠しエリアもある。
3 of those to get an extra health HP, which are the circles you see at the top. Oh, missed the jump, but that's fine. I'm gonna have to wait a little bit. Here we go. And those
そう
are
ですね
the。health
直
box.
近
So
の
health box
一番
work
近
in a
い
weird way. If you want to have health, you have to push all the
チェック
buttons
ポイントから
before
入
the
るんで
times
す
run
ね。
out, and that gives you all the tape on
今の
HP.
復活ポイントも
Okay.
別に到達はしなかったけども、ちゃんといけるんですね。
Right. So yeah, these boss fights are interesting because you know you see their health in the top right hand corner.
ボスの体力は右上にありますね。
Just like all the other enemies. But when you do jump on them, they do a little counter attack every single time. So all the bosses have their own unique counter attack. This first boss, he just like throws his hands in the air like he just doesn't care, and just waves them around
damn
and
it.
tries to
Oh.
shake you off.
I was missing 1 HP.
It's all good, but yeah, these bosses are pretty difficult because they have a lot of health, and you don't.
Yeah, we are going to do the full game on 4 health, so
死亡したら一番最初からなんだ。
me being very unhappy with how boss behave. Oh, got misinput here. That's pretty much okay. Sometimes when you get very close to one of the ledges, the game does not agree with giving you your jump, so you just have to deal with it. I'm gonna get the health back. It's going to be short 1 HP again. Too bad. Okay, so what do you want to do?
改めて。
Do this first. Okay, pretty bad start, but I'll take it.
Yeah, these bosses all have like attack patterns and everything, but if you're able to just like get them in a stun lock sort of where you just hit them and then they do the counter attack and then you hit them again and they do the counter attack. Most of the boss fights you can chain that at least a handful of times before they
怖い怖い怖い怖い怖い怖い怖い。
some bosses just decide to attack
結構
anyway, even
カ
though
ツカツ
you're
ですね。
trying to hit
危な
them.。
Come on. He's not being very friendly with me. He's doing the box
Yeah,
attack.
this first boss, I know you're able to get some double hits if you're able to like be right above him when he jumps up, but with almost all of these boss fights, yeah, you're just gonna want to beat him. You don't want to play too risky if you don't have to.
これはダッシュがアンロックされたかな？
But thankfully, you were able to get through it that time.
Yeah, it's okay. So this is a pretty cool boss because you can actually do a lot of damage if you really risk it. I try not to risk it too much because it's marathon. I still died, so I'm a bit sad about it. But
お
yeah,
結構
I'm gonna say
リスタートの位置が
it's
近いですね
It's。not been a while since I had the chance to showcase this game in marathon, so I kinda hope to give it a best shot.
Yeah, thankfully, the run back in this game isn't too bad because you can just, for that first one, you could just warp back to the map
Yeah.
terminal and then
And we are reaching
get back there in like 30 seconds.
Yeah, we are reaching the greenhouse. So the idea of greenhouse is getting a little help from the enemies. So you can actually use the health drop and the projectiles.
ああ、体力回復のポイントをそのまま、あれだ、
telling us because we are getting in a place where
ギミックに使ってるんだ。あ、なるほど。
to activate would be activated
すごい
by
っすね。
someone else. So it's literally, if you can't do it yourself, just get some help.
スイッチを押せる。なるほど。
All right.
ダッシュを
And
ダッ
this
シ
is
ュ。
the beehive. So it's not exactly the beehive.
ちょっとよくわかんない。
This is where we are going to meet the bees. Bees are very cool inside the game. It's a very cool idea. It's just they are just wandering around. We don't see them. They are hiding. Weird. I don't like that. Oh, that's fine. There's one. I was scared they did not spawn, giving me a bit of a problem. But yeah, it's fine. So bees will never attack you. They will just roam around. But if you attack one of them, they will all decide to attack you at once. So it becomes very hard to do some sections if you don't have the bees on your side. Let's say this. And we are reaching Bob. Please, Bob, open. Oh no, Bob is going the other way. So this Bob is the first one who needs to open the gates, and he can be missing his
なるほどね。
shot
ああ、攻撃でも、
So that's why
攻撃でも、体力回復のアイテムでも
a Dark Soul boss.
いる
But he was cool. Today he
ここは
was
ウェイポイント。
And we have another one here. It's pretty hard because it needs to go all the way. And here you will see me do some damage boost. So I'm not going to do some damage boost. I'm just going to take 2 damage right there.
なんか、何してんだ
Because we are going for a skip. So
あ、
we
スキッ
are
プが
in
で
the
きると。
greenhouse. Greenhouse requires you to get 3 keys to go to the final boss. So to the final boss of Greenhouse, not the final boss of the final game. And those keys are hidden everywhere, and one of them is hidden inside what's called the beehive, which is this big yellow zone. And the idea behind beehive is that you have all those bees around. I'm gonna kill one if I can. I missed it. That's bad.
危ない危ない。
Okay,
あと、体
I'm
力
gonna
1。
play it safe. So you have all those bees going around, and one of them at the end is right next to a button on the other side of the wall. So whenever you kill one of their friends, they get angry, they come towards you, but towards you is basically toward the button, so they push the button. So that's the one right under here. Please come here. Where is she? Okay, there she is. And she will open the gate for us, and I can go back, but it's too long and too slow to go over. That's a very good beehive. They
あ、いや、いいのか
and
え、
then,
いいの
they behaved correctly.
スルーラスワープ
No pun
Yeah,
intended.
I
そんな感じは
tried
しますけ
to
ど。
afterwards.
Oh,
Afterwards. So
Well, that's
we're
like
just
this,
going to use the omnisave that I explained at the beginning and go back at the beginning of the beehive section, because that's where
で
the
も、
door
ルー
is,
トが違う
and it's going to save us a lot of time. Okay. I'm getting distracted by the Discord, but that's fine. I need to keep focus. Alright, so that's the second key. The first key we grabbed was
取れましたね。
inside the big
です
open
ワープ
area.
でしたね。
And we are actually going to save close from here. There's another farmer here. Hello. Close from here because this is the checkpoint that's the closest to the boss without being stuck behind the 3 gates that are locked behind keys. So before we go all the way around, start to get the last key, we are going to save here and go back afterwards. A bit.
I always thought it was interesting that you call those enemies farmers because they just look like Grim Reapers to me.
Yeah, but it's I thought it was like more inside of the theme of the greenhouse and the cultures and the bees, and I was like, yeah, let's call them farmers.
Yeah, that's fair.
That would be pretty cool, right? No, they're
Farmers just sound so much more positive too.
Why should they be Grim Reapers? And that's the whole point of this game too.
And they are trying to hit
Yeah,
you.
that's exactly. They are trying to hit me. I'm pretty much trespassing here. So that's also one of the points of the game. We will explain a little bit. That's new. Okay, I need to
まずいぞ。ちょっとまずい
go
ぞ。
here and not die. Sorry. That's one of the point of the game. We will explain this a little bit more when we reach Med Bay, which is the next zone, because there's one cool thing about this game. I need to relocate a little bit, and we will be
Swap.
going back to the
スワッ
final
プでしょ。
of the section, which is a bit of a pushover, sort of. It can be dangerous. Oh, did not want to do that. Please don't go in my way.
This is a pushover if he cooperates.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a little bit of randomness. We don't take this checkpoint because it's not worse. It's too close to the other one that we already have. Let's go.
Yeah. So yeah, this boss, I hope you like RNG because this boss is
2回目のボスですね。
just teleport around the arena after
Top one.
every time.
弾持ってるんで、 後ろから回って組みつけないといけないのか。
Either these other levels or on the very top. And the best RNG is basically whenever it shows up closer to the bottom, because since Sekeri's going to the bottom of the arena after every hit, because
一回踏んだら終わりじゃないんだ。
to go to. If the boss goes down there, you're able to get up to 3 hits if on that bottom floor there. On the next floor up, you're able to get 2 hits, most like if you're fast
That
enough,
was
and
great.
any of the upper floors.
That was a great boss. He did twice the bottom pattern, so it was pretty fast. Wow.
You went so fast I didn't even get to finish explaining it.
Alright, but we are going to do a little bit of backtracking, so lucky if you want to go ahead and read some donation, you can, for like 1 or 2.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much. So I just wanted to let everyone know that we have a milestone incentive. So any donations you make, whether you put it towards any incentive we have open, they're all going to go
2段ジャン
towards
プ
our
か
bonus
アンロックした
run,
のは。
which is Rift of the Necrodancer, and that is such a super fun game, amazing music. To get that game added to the schedule, we need to raise $2,196. Sounds like a specific number, and it is, because that number will mark $10,000 total raised for Prevent-A-Thon in its lifetime. So let's get those donations in. Right now we're like $15 away from $1,500, and that's just another step closer to our amazing bonus game.
Yeah, just donate for this. it's a very good run. So yeah.
A little biased. It's pretty good.
Yeah. I'm completely biased. I love music games. So, but we reached Med Bay.
I'm biased because it's my run.
Yeah, but we are not going to say that. That's even more biased. So we just reached Med Bay. So Med Bay has a very cool mechanic, which is disappearing platform. Yeah, okay, that was not good for me. The pretty cool mechanic is not this one. It's the doctors. So we are in the Med Bay. There are doctors that are trying to do their job, and basically those are enemies with a specific AI that's pretty cool. When you meet them, they will scan for your health, so they will see if you miss HP or not. If you are
あれだろう。
they will
壁にぶつかったら
help you and say, okay,
元に戻るみたいな、
keep
そういう
going,
話
you just do nothing. But if you are missing some health, they will rush at you, grab you, and they will send you into a bed hospital somewhere inside of Medbay, and they will give you all your health back. So it's a very cool mechanic that's just another way to discover the level. Sometimes you just meet one of them, they grab you by the first time, and you just
結構ゲーム中言葉でこう指示されないんで、こうね、アイコンとかで
and normally you are
全
supposed
部
to
わか
stay
るんで
here, make a big gauntlet and stuff like this, but we are going to ask this sympathetic doctor to send us further into the level, and this is closer to the top
面白い
of
です
the
ね。
elevators and doing the whole gauntlet, several fights and things like this. So yeah, those are also lifelines. Lifelines allow me to go in every direction, just like the feather in Celeste. So it's no lie that it's very inspired by the like of it, like Hollow Knight, Celeste, and things like this. But yeah, I pretty much like it. But the big problem with this section is that I need to do a very long section without getting any checkpoints. So if I die, I will go back to the checkpoint before the dock elevator thing, and that's bad. So we want to be careful. We want to just not do anything stupid during this section and run the good cycles and platformings, which are coming up right there. There we go. That's good. I'm going to be a bit late. Yeah, I'm completely late. Too bad. Am I late? Yeah, I'm Oh, missed the jump. So I don't want to take too much damage because there's a couple sections coming up that are very tough and I can take damage without really wanting to, so... Okay. Oh, nice thought.
To be fair, I think there's only one time you ever want to take damage, and that's
あ、これ頭混乱するね。
Yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory.
他
damage is bad.
に対してはレーザー取んないから、どのタイミングでいけばいいんですかね。
That's two. Alright, I will have to take it safe from here. I could go before it goes all the way around, but I just want to make sure I don't get hit. And the base of the laser also hit us, so we don't want to do anything bad because we are getting health right after this. So I'm gonna just play it safe. And we are also going
These
yeah, go for it.
are definitely tricky looking with how they go around corners and stuff like that.
Yeah, and they can actually eat you through some corners, so you want to be very careful and not take too much of a danger, but we're getting all our else back here. I'm going to jump this one. Oop, too early. Too late. And too early again. This is not fun.
It's a Goldilocks jump. You want
い
to
や、これ混乱するよ。レーザーのギミッ
Oh
ク、
gosh.
結構難しいね。
Okay, there. I can go. Good, good, good. Oh, I knew it. I
あ
saw it coming. So the good news is we push the button. The bad news is I go back before the elevator and I will have to do this whole section again, but that's okay. It's not a big time loss, maybe 30 seconds, something like this. So I need to... So if I stay too close to the door, they will not come out. So...
一回捕まんないといけないんだ。
Clearly, this was just because you wanted to show off
Okay.
the warp with the doctor
Hello.
again, because it's really cool.
Please, maybe you. The other one decided didn't want to. Yeah, doing some serious moonwalking here. Let's just hope it does not like crash my game. Oh, it crashed the sound, but that's fine. It happens a lot. So whenever something weird happens and the game does not know what to do, it stop the sound. So if you don't have music right now, that's normal because the AI of the doctor was not doing exactly what it was supposed to do. Alright.
さあなんだろ
We are
BGM が止まりましたけど、
this time I will
バグなんですか？
go directly to the left during the lifeline. I will go a bit up and then back to the left because I want to go to the next sections. And yeah,
BGM 復活した。
if you want to read some donation lucky, it's going to be pretty short, so it's pretty straightforward from here. If you have it.
Thank you. You know what I find super interesting about this game is that it's so cozy to watch, but I know that it's stressful for you to play, but it's just cozy and fascinating to watch. If you're just joining us, you're watching Prevent-A-Thon 5. We are a speedrunning marathon in support of Little Warriors, a Canadian-based charity focused on the awareness, prevention, and treatment of child sexual abuse. Right now, we are working our way towards 2 incentives, but never fear, it's a 2-for-1 special. So one donation gets your ticket into both of these incentives. One of them is for upcoming run World of Goo with Satan herself. If this incentive is met, we're going to get 3 new levels.
Okay, we are getting at the end of almost at the end of Medbay. Just one final lifeline to get, which is a timed one, which is pretty easy when you get there the first time. But if you mess up, then the timing changes and you are going to have to improvise a bit, which I don't like. I'm saving here even if the next section is very short because there's so many enemies. And they do 2 damage. Some of them, the big one that shoot lasers at you are doing 2 damage, so I don't want to die. It went well, so yeah, we are happy with this, but next boss, I'm gonna say it straight up, if I one-shot this, I will give $20 to the Prevent Marathon, so it's that horrible, if you can take it away.
Yeah, it's your favorite
ボス戦ですね。
I can't decide if I'm rooting for you to one-shot it or not.
Yeah, this is the mad scientist. The reason why you mentioned one-shotting it and giving money is because this boss can get stun locked, or it can just do whatever it wants, and you've already seen that with it like overlapping attacks and doing stuff like that, where yeah, this boss is very, very exploitable if he cooperates, but you know, whenever he shoots off those counterattack lasers, you got to get out of the way as well because they come out very fast. And then if he decides to start doing other attacks instead of, you know, standing there letting you hit him,
$20! Yeah!
結構なんかパターン化できた感じがしましたね。
You're doing these bosses too fast. I can't even finish talking about them.
That's
これで
good luck for us.
なんでしょう、
Let's
注射器
hope
の
the last
マ
boss
ー
is
クか
not
これアンロックしましたね。
horrible.
Yeah, you didn't even have to
注射器
really
の
do
マークは何なん
the
だ
part where there's an attack that makes you leave the arena to dodge it, so you got to go into the lifeline and then go back in.
Yeah, that was good. That was a very good pattern. He was pretty friendly. He did some weird
し
things.
かして
Like always, it's a mad scientist.
壁に捕まれる的な
There's a bit of weird thing. That's in the name. But yeah, the idea is it can be very dangerous because those spheres that he shots do 2 damage and they come out right on top of its hitbox. So whenever I go for a hit, if he decides he wants to attack, I can just take 2 damage for no reason, just because I was there at the wrong moment. And that's one of the thing with this game is that the idle time of bosses is pretty short because they have those defense mechanisms. So you really need to know what they're doing and anticipate an attack. But that's good. We are reaching the final open section of the game, which is Forge. We will have the very, very final section, which is Command Ship, which is a bit different. But now we have Wall Jump, so we can just Wall Jump, and Wall Jump also reset our dash, so we can do some crazy things around. Let me see if I can get the fall down straight. Yeah! Woohoo! And one of the cool thing in Forge is the mini boss. So this arena has 2 mini boss, which are just part of the final boss. But you can, whenever you reach those arena, you can jump over the trigger, and that's intended by the devs. Because if you skip the 2 mini boss
壁
and
に
reach
捕ま
the
って
final
も
boss
ジャ
of
ンプ回
Forge,
数復活するんで
the
すね。
final boss
あ
of
あ、な
Forge
る
is
ほど
much
ね。
harder because the 2 mini boss join him
で、
in
なんか
the
うまいことここは
So it's
壁
cool
捕ま
oh,
っ
that's a
て、
lot of
ダッ
guys.
シュして、
Yep, that's bad. Sorry. Had a little bit of panic. Normally there's like at least one on the other side, but there was like 3 of them on this side, which is bad.
体力が
But we good. So yeah, you have this cool gimmick that you can just decide to either make your final boss harder and get an achievement for it, by the way, or you can just defeat them early on so that they don't hinder you for the final boss. And yeah, it's a pretty cool mechanic. So we are going to be jumping above some of those boss sections in the future, and we have, of course, a little bit of surprise for the boss at the end, because all bosses are nightmares in this game. Alright, I'm going to heal right there. So Forge is a very cool area. It's all based on like mechanical things, so you have conveyor belts, you have pistons, and those weird things. I'm not getting the jump. Okay, that's good. I'm not getting this one, please. Yep, yeah, okay, good. I'm just going to wait for this guy. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's 2 of them. Luckily, those enemies just despawn whenever they shoot at you, so if I'm good enough, I will just dodge them. I'm taking a little bit of a safe route. I was saying I was going to do some safe route, but they decided to be a bit more problematic.
Wasn't safe enough.
Yeah, it's this room.
結
Just
構
this
シビアなアク
specific
ション
room
を
is
求められ
dangerous,
てます
so
ね。
that's why I healed before, but fortunately it didn't went well. Oh, taking a damage here. I'm going to die. No, that's fine. Thank you. Saving myself here. Okay, so we have a bit of backtracking to do. So if you want to go ahead, explain anything that you, or if you have any question about the game, just go ahead. I kind of love to talk about.
I don't think we've actually mentioned how the health works, because you have those 4 health pips, but the health is actually split into 3 segments in each of those pips. And so while most enemies and most obstacles will do damage either 1 full circle or 2 full circles, whenever you pick up any health, it only restores 1/3 of your health.
Yeah, that's the.
But thankfully, if you do have literally like 1/3 of one of your health bars, it's still enough to stay alive.
So yeah, it's the idea behind this is enemies don't drop a lot of health. They literally drop 1/3 of what you need. So you want to. Oh, I'm going to miss the top one. I'm gonna have to redo that.
体力がちょっと足
Because
りな
I
いけど
went
も。
for the top one instead of going for the left one. Okay. Oh, there.
Yeah, but it's sort of like Legend of Zelda with its like hearts, and how you can have like take a 1/4 heart of damage or half a heart or something like that, where it's just you have those full health segments, but they get sectioned off as well.
Yeah, it would be very cool if some enemies or some obstacles do like 1/3 of damage, but everything do one full circle of damage. So it's more like it's just to make sure that you don't fight for no reason. Fighting in this game is very risky, and there's a lot of enemy that just ignores you. So you are not here to be fighting anything apart from the bosses. So that's one of the cool things I love about this game. It's just telling you those enemies they're just obstacles. Just don't go for them if you don't have to go. That was a bit early.
いやいやいやいやいや、早くないか？
Yeah, it's much more of a platforming focused Metroidvania as opposed to combat focused like a lot of
む
others.
ずいな。
I'm missing jump inputs. That's bad. Alright, let's do this. I'm gonna have to redo this. Yeah, that's bad. Yeah,
This is why we have checkpoints.
exactly. I'm taking
早
so
い
much time.
早いね。
I don't want to die because the next sections are really easy, and I'm going to die because I said that. No, I'm going to assume it's not going to happen. Let's be positive about this. Okay, let's go up.
This is why we have a marathon estimate, and it's not just your PB.
Yes, it's whatever can happen during this. Okay, and we are going to dark room section. So dark rooms, basically, you're supposed to grab the light upgrade before you go to them. But we don't have time for this. I was too far. I saw it.
なん
I
か
was missing some.
なんかライトつけそうなギミックはありそうですけど、
I messed up.
つけない、まあ覚えてればいいやみたい
This
な
is not
感
going
じ
very
かな。
well. The bosses are going well. The platforming section are not going well. This is the exact opposite of what's supposed to happen. Normally, I've
Remember you telling me, like it? Oh yeah, the platforming is the easy part. The bosses are the part I'm worried about.
Maybe I should have practiced more my platforming. That's what's going to happen in the end.
It's all good. People just get to see more of the game.
Yeah. Okay. I have the rhythm here. That was much better. So whenever you get into the cycle, it's much easier to do. And for those of you who are wondering, the game is actually on pretty much every platform now. It's on PC, Xbox, PlayStation, and I'm pretty sure it comes to Switch pretty soon. So yeah, it's if you want to get your...
It came out on Xbox literally like 2 days ago, so I picked it up.
It's a cool one. I really like it. Okay, let's do this again. Long jump. Here's the So luckily for us, there's a sign that tells us where we can land. I just didn't saw it in the first try. So we're reaching the final boss, which is extremely dangerous as doing bosso and jumping around. But the dev forgot that we can jump about the hitbox of the boss, so we are just skipping him.
おボス戦スキッ
Yeah,
プ。
that's the hardest boss in the game.
Boss fight.
Soft boss fight. Since I one shot this, I will give $20 now. I'm
Ah,
not
Ringo.
for this one.
リンゴを手に入れたんで、なるほどね、リンゴニュートンか。
Maybe too much of it.
16の反転か。
Charity, like, I don't think anybody would be complaining
Yeah,
about that.
I agree with this. I completely agree with this. So now we have our final upgrade, which is the
ボス戦をスキップしたんでね、確かにね、めんどくさいんでね。
once between walls and jumps. So we are just going to grab a little bit of extra stuff. We are going to grab our extra HP so that the final boss is a bit easier. Yeah. Okay. And yeah. Okay. I'm just being careful because I often take damage for no reason in those sections. And even if it's not a big loss, a big time loss, it's a bit tiring when you're like, oh, I have to get back here. So yeah, we are going to... So we saved 5 of those little bots, which are exactly the same thing as the scrubs in All Night. Whenever you save a lot of them, they give you a boost. And with that, we are getting our third upgrade for health, and we're getting our extra HP. I should save, thank you. Ooh, that was cool. So I just saved, and while I was saving, I just switched gravity. And that literally made me go to the ceiling while I was saving. And I messed up this one. That's okay. I don't have my jump. That's bad. Yeah, I'm gonna grab the doctor. So that's... I really wanted to avoid fighting this doctor. But doctors are doctor through and through. Whenever you hit them, they will give you all your HP back. So they will give you exactly the amount of health you're missing. Which is... I mean, it's a very big amount of dedication to your job, so... Okay. And I really need those because I'm going to need to open those gates. And those gates open only when you spend a certain amount of HP on them. And I need them because we are in...
ああ、体力をコストに鍵がアンロックされるから、ここに来るまでにある程度体力がないとダメなんだ。
Much more challenging challenge. Yeah, that's French. That's English. You know what to speak it. Oh, missed it. That's fine. I'm grabbing else back here because this jump is a bit dangerous. Okay, I was good. It's a very tight combo of double jumping, switching gravity, and dashing. And if you mess up, you're just too short.
今のジャンプしてからの16反転は結構厳しいね。
I was not taking the same route, and now there are bees on the way, which is bad. Okay, should be good.
体力がもうないよ。
Anyway, we are going to stay here anyway because we are approaching one of the fight gauntlets. So we have to fight 4 of those enemies that we saw in Forge, and there's a very cool strat for this. We're going to go here, do those 2 ones, dash, do those 2 ones, perfect. That's perfect timing. It's very rare that it goes that smooth. Sometimes I can miss one because they push themselves together and then I cannot hit them correctly. So we really appreciate when they just stay lined up and I can just fight them correctly. But we are slowly going towards the final part of the command chip, which is going to be our last key, of course. And we still have a couple platforming sections here.
現在ね、
I want to comment that
Oirbo.
whenever you have the gravity reversed and you're sliding on a wall, it just
パ
looks
ズル
really
プラット
fun.
フォーマーな
That's one of those cool things you
メトロイド
can
バ
do.
ニアを
And you can swap gravity when you're sliding, so
ス
you
ピー
can
ドランを、
switch while
ま
you're
あ
sliding to another
行われ
direction.
ていますけども、ここでちょっと視界の進行を交代したいなと思います。引き続き、ジャパニーズリストリームお楽しみください。
I did not explain the choice direction. So in many parts of the game, you can actually decide how you want to go to the next section. That's bad. Okay. Sorry. So there's several options for you, and you can pick the one that you like. And they're mostly ranging on difficulty, and the longer one are easier, but the shorter
はい、
one
4時になりましたので、司会進行変わりまして、私、潤がこの時間務めさせていただきます。引き続き、お楽しみください。さて、引き続き、オイルボのランが行われております。
But I don't want to take too much damage because I don't want to die before I get the key, so I should be good. Last
なか
one.
なか操作が大変そうなステージに
Okay.
来てい
And now
ま
we got
す
the
ね。
keys, and again, we're gonna use the omnisave to go back to the checkpoint and head towards the final boss.
結構ファイナルボスって言ってるような気がする。
And since this game does have a death counter, we can keep track of exactly how many times you did it, and we can't tell which ones were intentional, so we'll just say they all were intentional.
At the beginning, it was really one of those challenges where I really wanted to do it with the least amount of death, but in the end, it's not that much of a time loss to use those relocates to use the checkpoints. Just death warp around. It's very good. It saves you a ton of times in many occasions. So yeah, we are going to use that a lot. And so we are opening the 3 gates. We are moving back up. And what's happening at the top is we are going to open the door that we saw during the tutorial.
やる
but
ことは
we
比
did not
較
go
的
through. I did not want to do that. I'm grabbing
決
some
まっ
lore.
ているかと思うので、あとはそれを
So
再
yeah,
現できるかど
we're
うか
now
って
going
い
back
う
to
風
the
なラ
beginning,
ンなんで
and
しょう
this is
かね。
basically the tutorial again. But we have all our power back again, so bit of deja vu here.
まあしかし、これを正確にやるのはとっても大変っていう風なことではありますね。
But yeah, we are going to move towards the final boss. And the final boss of this game, to me, is the only trouble I have with this game. The game is amazing. I really love to play it. It has a very high 100% ceiling if you want to complete everything. There's no very challenging part. You can pretty much do everything straight up. But the final boss has very small times where you can hit him, and it's a huge gap into the difficulty curve, and it's literally out of curve. It's not meant to be this hard. So let's go.
あ、ボスが来まし
Alright,
た。
so yeah, this boss, it has 2.5 phases, kind of. Where this phase 1,
基本的に攻撃としては上から踏んでいくと、
switch gravity every once in a while, bop it on the head, and then hop back up to the ceiling, and yeah, you just do this 10 times. Phase 1
い
is
うことのようです。まあ攻撃に気をつけなが
when
ら
I
と
heard。that this boss was very, very difficult. This was not the part of the boss that is talking about, because this phase is kind of the phase that like kind of wants you to like learn about
タイミング間違えるとおそらく
like a strategy for this
攻
boss fight.
撃当たっ
Yeah,
ちゃうっ
just
ていう
make
こと
very
でし
much
ょう
trivialize
ね
it. Phase 2 is where things really start going off the rails, because the boss has a bunch of attacks. All of them do 2 damage, and very many of them are very dangerous and very tricky to navigate around while still trying to do damage to the boss, because you gotta sneak in hits on the head in the middle of the screen there. So there's only 2 attacks that are like really
け
safe
け
to
結構
like
忙しい動き
monster
を
in.
してます
One
ね
of。them is when it shoots giant orbs and it just like they hit the ceiling because you're on the ceiling and you can just kind of sneak in a hit. Or the other one is when it dives down at you twice in a row. So those double dives are also very easy to counter, and so those are the two
攻
attacks
撃の
that
やり方は一緒ですけど、まあタイミングがとてもシビアと。
for some reason you want to play it risky, which I don't think you would want to.
Not a marathon.
Yeah, but once the boss reaches 5 health, that's when the 2.5 phases come in, where it's basically this phase again, but everything gets faster and all of the attacks just get more stuff out of them. So, like those giant orbs, there's more of them. The double dive becomes a triple dive. That laser that goes around in circles.
どこに来るかはある程度はわかるって感じですね。
This fight is just a very, very difficult dance of dodging the attacks and sneaking in hits where you're able to. But yeah, now things are going to start getting faster, where those small orbs just start coming out faster. Like I said, all of the other attacks have just more projectiles, everything to them. The triple dive is still one of the better ways to hit it after it. But yeah, the boss also still does contact damage. The contact damage is only 1 damage. That's the only thing in the fight that doesn't do 2 damage. And so, yeah, this fight is very tricky.
Come on, come on. Oh, that's not fine.
But
boss not being very friendly.
yeah, thankfully.
基本的に上に待機しといてっていう風な感じですかね。
Because if you are an experienced platformer, then you probably can see all the spots where you could sneak in hits if you wanted to be risky. But yeah, it's literally the last boss in a run, and on top of that, it's a marathon run. There's zero reason to be risky when you don't need to be, just to save like 20 or 30 seconds.
Ah, I missed it.
So
I knew I should have not gone for it. Ah, I was greedy.
やられてしまいました。
So I tried to sneak an attack in there, but I was a bit too far off because the timing was wrong because I started on the wrong spot on the screen. Oh, my bad.
気を取り直してボス戦で
I
す。
just want to jump in with some incredible news. We are past $1,500.
Yeah, that's nice.
おそらくあのレーザー当たると
So
Yes,
glad it
everyone
happened.
from chat.
I'm so
まあミスって形になるんでしょうね。
that's all I wanted. So glad. I'm sorry it happened during the boss and you could not yell at me and say so it happens now, but that's definitely good news for us. I will try my best to finish off on this amazing news.
yeah, thankfully phase 1 is easy enough that you're able to actually sneak in that information.
Yeah. Well, phase 1 is easy, but that's also one of the wrong thing with this boss is that it's so easy you're angry to have to redo it.
Yeah. It lulls you into a false sense of security because phase 1 is such a pushover.
第2形態になりました。
That's good.
Phase 2 is
That's a
Is a
very good
doozy.
start. No, I did not do double. Okay, 1. Come on, again. No, laser. Okay.
yeah. The thing about the dives is I mentioned how like the double and the triple dives are the ones that you want to sneak in hits during, but the boss can just choose to not do that many dives in a row, whether it just does 1 dive or in when the boss has less than 5 health left. And it starts doing the triple dives, it can just do 1 dive or 2 dives, and then just transition it into something else immediately after. So you have to pay close attention, where it's like if you see a dive, you can't just assume that it's going to work out for you. You just have to just be on your guard.
Yeah, just if he moves between dives, it means it's reset his counter, so I need to be careful. But that's going to be a double dive. So at some point you start to know when it's going to happen. So it's mostly based on where you are on the screen, but I've still not found a way to make it
レ
consistent.
ーザーの攻撃やっぱり一番凶悪なんですかね。
You can influence things, but you can't make it deterministic, unfortunately.
That's bad. Okay, no, it's a big attack. The scariest part is the boss stopping in place and not doing anything.
おう
Which is really funny to say out loud. It's like the scariest thing is when it just stands there menacingly.
Too bad. I'm going to die on this. No, not again. 2 HP left. Okay.
You got this.
That's big spheres. That's good for us. Okay, but I'm too far away. Oh no, that's going to be laser final. Come on. Yes! Time!
Oh.
Sorry.
倒せました。
producing team. I just
タイマーストップです。44分30秒でタイマーストップとなりました。
finish on the run where we crossed the 1500. So yeah, I'm glad I took a little bit more risk and it paid off. So good.
Yeah, I saw you going for a lot more of those hits during the double
Yeah.
lasers.
エンディングもなんか結構
With double lasers, if it's sort of in the middle of the screen, I can
おしゃれな
go
おしゃれな
out
感じという
and wait
か
for the last moment to drop out of the ceiling and go back inside, and it gives me a nice timing to hit it. But
後ろで
if
設
it's
定が
too
流れ
much
る
to
の
the
も
side,
結
I
構
cannot do this if it's not turning the
見
lasers
ない
the
な
right
って
way.
感じですね。
So yeah, we're good here.
GG, you finished well under estimate.
Yeah, I was hoping this.
Thank
I was.
you.
What's the time? I don't have the time on screen.
On stream, it is a 44:30.
Oh, that's under 45. That's exactly what I wanted. I just wanted to be sub 45 because it's mostly what I really wanted to aim for. For those wandering around, my PB is sub
何か
40,
始まるんでしょうか。
39s, 50 something. But yeah, I'm glad it went weirdly wrong in some parts and it went weirdly right in some other parts. So this is very good.
Yeah, thankfully, none of the bosses gave you too much trouble.
完
Yeah,
走
except
した
the
感
last
想
one.
の
But
時間ですかね。
that's intended.
I mean, even then, you only died on it once.
Yeah, but yeah, it was a bit finicky because he didn't want to do a lot of those dive attacks, so that's why I decided to go for the laser ones. So it worked. I'm happy.
I think chat just like sent you all of their incredibly amazing vibes
thanks.
and yep, thanks to all that love. I think they had a huge part in you being able to finish sub 45.
Yeah.
So Sekeri, why don't you tell the
EST55 分のところ45分切ってきたってことで、
Twitch, Sekeri_rats.
感動したみたいなことを向こうでは喋っていらっしゃるようですね。
But I welcome any English speakers in my chat, and I speak English whenever someone asks me a question in English, so feel free to come around. I spend a lot of my time diving deep into Steam, looking for niche games, and Lucky Care Plucky know that I found a game that I really want to post for the next marathon for the chicken block. So I hope you'll see me again. But if not, yeah, you can find me on Sekeri_Lara.
Thank you so much. That was incredible. Great time. So we are going to head to a quick break. Grab some water, hug your kitty, and we will be back in no time with our next game, The Gunk.
というわけで、オイルボの、欄でございました。このゲームスイッチでどうやら近々発売らしいので、スイッチでも遊べるようになるっていう風なことみたいです。というわけで次のゲームの準備していきますので、一旦失礼いたします。